Hi, good morning. This is Kathy Burris, and I'm here showing up live with my teacup. It's tea party time. April is always a time when I start pulling out my teacups again. During the winter, it might be a coffee mug or something, but springtime always prompts a tea party. And this is that time of year when I celebrate. In the past, there have been birthdays, mine and Leisha's, which would be next week. And often I've celebrated that with a tea party of some sort. And yesterday was my birthday, and I'm telling you that because aren't birthdays a time when you, or at least they should be, they could be, a time when you stop intentionally and you just reflect on the year and reflect on your life and reflect on, are you where you want to be and doing what you want to do. And I've honestly kind of been doing that for the last 6 weeks, partly because I've been down. You haven't seen me show up on Facebook. I launched this Capture the Still event that was supposed to start on a Friday that I went down, and I just realized I can't do this anymore. I can't keep going until I stop and get my bearings again. So I did. I just didn't think it would take 6 weeks to catch my breath. But it's not all bad. In fact, it's been, some of it's been bad. I'll just admit it. Some of it's just been really hard. I've had to work really hard to keep my thoughts captive, to pay attention to what I was thinking, because my thoughts indicate in some ways what I'm believing underneath at the core of who I am. And honestly, girlfriend, I don't like what I've seen. Now, I've talked a lot about stuck places. Goodness, I wrote a book about stuck places. Envision You Unstuck is really the book that I wrote. And I thought, and I still believe, that the things that I wrote in that book are great places to start. But suddenly, this was a deep dive into what I'm really believing. You know, a year ago, my coach, Katie Horner, shared with me a quote called, and I can't remember, Ken Collier is the originator of this quote, but he said, you say what you say and you do what you do because you think what you think, and you think what you think because you believe what you believe. Well, my goodness. I came to realize that some of what I believe was affecting my thoughts so much that it was actually making me sick, taking me down. There's a whole story to that I'd love to tell you at some point, and I probably will, just not today. But today I'm on to share a cup of tea with you because this is not just my birthday, and I'm reflecting on that. This is the April that I've been dreading for 15 years. This is the April that Leisha would turn 30, which means that in August of this year, she will have been gone as long as she lived. Now, why am I telling you that? Because, girlfriend, I think this week I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you to help me think thoughts that reflect beliefs that I really want and know to be true. Not the ones that I've been toying with, not the ones that have become triggers for grief, not those, but the ones that are from Scripture, the ones that God speaks to my heart on a daily basis, the ones that say, I love you, you're chosen, you're special, you're loved. Not because I'm unique, but because I know that he says that to me and he says that to you. And often we don't stop long enough to pay attention and to notice. I talked with the girls in the Envision You group. We've been together for several months now, almost a year now. And the beauty of this group was hearing them say, we were talking about stuck places and grief spots and how we were being transformed, how we were responding to them in new ways. And over, I heard them say, I just have to learn to pause. I have to learn to stop. And in that stopping, sometimes I have to reach out to someone else and say, I could really use your help right now. Will you pray for me? And then I make a new decision. Okay, the old pathway that I was using led me to an outcome I did not like. The new pathway, my new focus, leads me to an outcome that I want, that I desire, that I am working for. And I thought, yes, that's, I write that in the book, but my pause has been really long. But it's led me to a moment where I'm saying, would you pray for me this week? Pray for my family. Pray for someone in your world who is experiencing a loss. I know a friend of mine, her son's birthday, his first birthday after his death, was last week. And it was heavy. It was heavy for me, and he wasn't even my kid. It was heavy for me feeling for her. And I haven't spoken to her much yet, but just knowing that anniversaries are coming, knowing that things that were used to be celebrated are now dreaded. And I don't want to dread the next week. I don't want to dread the 101 days between her birthday and the anniversary of her death. I don't want to be grieving that whole time. I want to live. I want to celebrate life, my life and hers and yours. So, this live is because I'm finally feeling a little bit better. The sun is shining. The snow is gone. Believe it or not, we had quite a bit of snow yesterday in April the 20th. But I'm doing better, and I'm choosing to pause intentionally instead of forced. I'm choosing to reach out to you, my community, and I'm choosing to say, please pray that the Lord will give life in the middle of this really hard thing. This time that I've dreaded and had hard thoughts about for 15 plus years. So, I've got some things that are coming up that I'll be telling you about more, but I just wanted you to know that I'm so grateful for you. And I know the challenge that I've had to get unstuck this time. And I know that my Envision You women reminded me yesterday that part of that is to stop, to pause, to reach out and ask for help. And so that's what I'm doing. I want a different outcome. I want an outcome of celebration, not just of grief. Sure, I'll grieve. But will you help me celebrate? Okay. Thank you. And I'll be talking to you again a lot sooner than last time. It's been over 6 weeks since I talked with you last. Let's talk sooner. All right. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.